The film was not an immediate box office success, but it did gain popularity with numerous re-releases over time. Both of Manga Entertainment's DVD releases of the film received DVD Talk Collector Series recommended status, the highest status possible on the DVDtalk.com website. In January 2001, the Japanese anime and entertainment magazine Animage stated that the film was the ninth best anime production of all time, which is quite a significant achievement for this film, given that it's 2001 and there had been so many animes prior to that. In November 2001, it was voted the best anime in history by the readers of Animage, so that's again another quite a good high achievement. In May 2001, this was the best-selling anime DVD, and by June 2000, it was the third best-selling anime DVD. The film received a rating of A+ from Chris Beveridge at animeondvd.com, but he didn't like the PG-13 level language in the English dub. The film was also placed 5th in Japan's Agency for Cultural Affairs list of best animes, which is also quite a significant achievement. The Japanese film magazine Kinema Janpo named this film the best Japanese animated film of all time in 2009, which is quite a significant achievement or accolade. In 2020, Screen Rant said that this film was the best film that Miyazaki had made. In the same year, CBR.com ranked this film as the best Lupin third film, which is again quite a significant achievement. And various people in the film industry have seen this film, such as Steven Spielberg, and some have commented that films such as Raiders of the Lost Ark 1981, which was made by Steven Spielberg, may have been influenced by this film. But script and the filming of the Raiders of the Lost Ark 1981 had been mostly done, years before the English release of this film, The Castle of Cagliostro. So it's quite unlikely that this has influenced that film. But I'm sure it has given it may have given Steven Spielberg some good ideas. Moving on to John Lasseter, the co-founder of Pixar, which is, I believe it is a Disney-owned company. And John Lasseter was deeply influenced by a short clip of this film that he saw at the start of his career. And he started his career as a Walt Disney animator. He started there, and he felt that animation should be for everyone, not just for children. And I believe, at that time Walt Disney was mainly focused on children, making animated films for children. But he felt that animation should be for everyone. John Lasseter felt that. And he saw a clip from this film, and it confirmed this idea, to him that animation should be for all ages, not just for children, and it inspired him. And there is a link in the description of this video that goes into detail about how John Lasseter was influenced by this film, and you can have a read of that. There was a film that Walt Disney Animation Studios created, The Great Mouse Detective 1986, and that was co-directed by John Musker and Ron Clements, and that film paid homage to this film with the film's climactic Big Ben sequence. There is a scene in this film around a clock tower. This tribute with the Big Ben would have been in tribute to that scene and also this film. And there is also another reference to the clock tower scene in this film, in the series, The Batman, the animated series, which is a cartoon that was aired on TV, I believe, on television. The episode is the Clock King episode. If you look at that, you'll see that reference. Again, it's a reference to this film. In the OVA means original video animation. It's basically direct-to-video animation. It doesn't go to cinema. It doesn't go to a cinema release, so that's why it's called OVA. And this OVA of the manga, Here is Greenwood. The title is Here is Greenwood. Students do a play where the clock scene with Lupin and Clarissa are reenacted. So, there is a scene in that where they reenact this scene from this film. And Gary Trousdale, who co-directed Atlantis, The Lost Empire 2001, which is a Disney film, and he has stated that one of the scenes in the film was inspired by this film, where the water is receding and there's a sunken city revealed. So he said that this scene inspired one of the scenes in the Lost Empire 2001 film. There's also a scene in the Simpsons movie 2007, and the directors have said of that movie that Bart Simpson rolls down the roof of the family house, and that was inspired by this film. And the same happens to Lupin in one of the scenes. So they're saying that the Simpsons scene was also inspired by this. Lupin the Third, the first 2019 film, I believe there's a 3D animated film, was also influenced by this film. The director of this 2019 film, Takashi Yamazaki, was very moved when he saw this film, Castle of Cagliostro, in the 1980s, and it gave him the idea that Japan was capable of making high quality animation, and it also inspired him as well and gave him the direction to film and to create Lupin the Third, the first 2019 film. It drove him in that direction to create this film. This film, the Lupin the Third, the first 2019 film, pays homage to this film, Castle of Cagliostro, in many places. These animated television series were mentioned in this video. Batman, the Animated Series, 1992. These animated films were mentioned in this video. The Great Mouse Detective, 1986. Batman, Mask of the Phantasm, 1993. Atlantis, The Lost Empire, 2001. The Simpsons Movie, 2007. And Lupin III, the First, 2019. These anime OVAs were mentioned in this video. Here is Greenwood, 1991. These films were mentioned in this video. Raiders of the Lost Ark, 1981.